Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Bintang Putra Rianto and I'm from class 8. And I'm here. I want to tell you guys about the mind map of novels The Secret Garden. Okay, let's start. The general information of The Secret Garden. The novel title is The Secret Garden, of course, and the genre is fiction and family drama, and the author is French Hodgson Burnett, and the release date is 1909 in England. Next is the Secret Garden setting. The setting time is 20th century, and the setting place is India and Yorkshire, England. And next is the characters in the Secret Garden. The main character is Mary Lennox and Colin Craven. Mary Lennox is one of the novel's two protagonists, a 10-year-old girl who after the death of her parents in India is sent to live with her uncle in Yorkshire, England. Mary changed drastically over the course of the Secret Garden. She evolved from a spoiled, unloved, and unloving creature to a girl full of spirit and surrounded by friends. She begins to she begins the book as its main character or central characters, but after it is replaced by Colin. Colin Craven's the other two novels protagonists. Colin Craven is Archibald Craven's 10-year-old son. He was born shortly after the death of his mother, and his father could not bear to look at him because of his resemblance to her mother. And the secondary character, there is Deacon Sowerby. He is the brother of Martha and the son of Susan, 2 years old than Colin and 2 years older than Colin and Mary. He has the power to charm both animals and people. All the creatures who come close to him are instantly tamed. His power to tame creatures works on Colin and Mary too, and is one of the central causes of their wondrous transformation. And the next is Martha Sowerby. She was Mary's friend and maidservant. Then there is Ben Witherstaff, a group elderly gardener who is only permitted to stay at Misselthwaite because he was a favorite of the late Mr. Craven. The next is Archibald Craven. Archibald Craven, the master of Misselthwaite Manor, who suffers from a crooked spine and general ill health. And the next is Lilias Craven, Archibald's late wife, who died 10 years before the outset of the novel. The next is Susan Sowerby, the mother of Martha and Deacon. And the next is Miss Medlock, the head of the servants at Misselthwaite Manor. Okay. The exposition. At the start of the Secret Garden, we get the feeling that the 10-year-old Mary would punch us if we looked at her wrong. She kicks and bites and screams when she doesn't get her wish fulfilled. So, of course, she always gets her way. But we also find out that Mary is a monster because her parents don't seem care about her at all. She gets everything she wants from her terrified bullied nannies, but neither the discipline nor the love that she needs. When they suddenly die of cholera, an acute diarrheal illness caused by infection, though the stage is set for their deaths to give her a bunch of opportunities to improve her character and even her physical health. And the next is rising action. Mary Lennox travels from India to Yorkshire. Uh, you would expect the big transition to make her pretty miserable, and you would be right for about a chapter. But as Mary starts to make friends with the maid, Martha Sowerby, and her animal charmer brother, Deacon, Mary soon discovers that the world is full of a lot more natural beauty and interest than she ever guessed. Basically, all Mary ever needs is a love from a better present, a better person was something to care about that wasn't herself, and she finds this sense of purpose in the big walled up secret garden on the grounds of Misselthwaite Manor. As she digs and plants and works with Deegan to bring this neglected garden back to life, she learns to care about the world around her, and becomes a much nicer kid as a result. Next is climax. Marilyn has gone from a little monster to nice girl whose biggest hobby is hanging out in the garden and taking care of plants. What's made the difference? Lots of time outside and friends like Dickens. So the secret garden is clearly trying to make a point. Lonely people without much to do become miserable, selfish bullies. When Mary finds something to care about, she chills out aloud and stops throwing so many tantrums. Colin has basically been left alone in Misselthwaite Manor for his entire life. His mother died tragically when he was born, and his dad, Archibald, can looking at Colin because he reminds him too much of his dead wife. Collins also believes that he's going to die young and that his spine is developing incorrectly. Collins' boredom and self-pity make him a real jerk. Now that Mary is known he's sharing Misselthwaite Manor with him, with the secret garden works its magic a second time? Yes, obviously. Okay, the next is falling action. In a lot of ways, Colin recover. The next is falling action. In a lot of ways, Colin's recovery is a repetition of Mary's. He learned to care about the world outside of himself through making friends and working in the secret garden. But Colin started out in an even taller position than Mary did, since he knows his father can stand to look at him, and he also believes that he can walk and won't survive to adulthood. Um, and as Collins grows to love the secret garden, he believes more and more that he can walk and that people have been wrong about his illness all along. Still, Colin wants to keep his health and happiness a secret until he's ready for the dramatic reveals to his distant dad. The only people who know about Colin's amazing recovery as it's happening are his immediate circle of his friends, Mary, Deacon, and Ben with their staff. And the last is resolution. Colin starts planning what exactly he is going to say to his father when he finally shows off his new physical health. And when Deacon's mother, Miss Sowerby, first meet Colin, she promised that his father will come home soon to see the strong boy Colin has become. Archibald Craven finally comes back to Misselthwaite Manor. He arrives home because he has had a dream in which his dead wife, Lilias, has told him to return to their secret garden, and he received a letter from Miss Sowerby, Deacon's mother, saying that he will see something of value to him if he comes back home. Archibald finds his son walking in the garden, looking not only healthy but also exactly like his mother, and Archibald is so happy. The fact that his son is well again comes as a complete but also pleasant surprise. Colin takes his father on a tour of the secret garden and all rides with the Craven family again. So that's all. If I have a mistakes, please forgive me. Thank you so much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.